At this point in CBT, we're looking at the meaning of the event. CPT promotes putting the events of the trauma into accurate context, and we start this with the impact statement as a starting point for the therapist to identify stuck points and understand why the patient hasn't yet recovered. The patient also starts to make connections between their thoughts and beliefs and the symptoms they're experiencing after the traumatic event. The patient needs to read the impact statement themselves, um, as difficult as that may be at times. And in the process, they have to examine how the event has impacted their life. While this is happening, the therapist listens for stuck points and examples of assimilation and over-accommodation. Assimilation is a stuck point that interferes with the acceptance of an event. So an example would be, I could have done something to prevent my rape. Over-accommodation involves extreme overgeneralized beliefs. An example of this would be, every encounter with a man is a rape just waiting to happen. The patient also learns how to identify and name their own emotions using the Identifying Emotions worksheet. And you'll find this in our handout. Events, thoughts, and feelings are also explored, and this is akin to the ABCs of behavioral therapy. So the therapist will use everyday examples to help the patient connect events, thoughts, and feelings. An example would be, my mom looked angry with me when she came home. So the therapist would ask for alternative interpretations and consider the emotional responses that follow. This would be then followed up with a homework task using the ABC worksheet. And here's an example, but again, you'll find this in our handout. Problem solving involves helping the patient come up with a time and place when they'll be undisturbed and they can complete the homework assignment. Socratic dialogue will begin to assess how flexible the patient's thinking is. And at this point, if the patient gets aggressive or defensive, the therapist shouldn't insist. They should just back off a little bit and tell the patient that they'll return to that topic a little bit later.